You are listening to the Atheist Antidote Show.
He's like catnip to the secular extremist trolls. And now your host, Rock Lawley.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Brock Lawley. I'm the Atheist Antidote on YouTube and elsewhere. Please feel free to hit my social media sites. I have a whole host of YouTube videos spanning all kinds of topics, all refuting and pushing back against the secular extremist worldview. Pass them on, use them in arguments, expose them to your children so that they are armed to deal with the conveyor belt of propaganda that they experience at schools, onward and upward. All right, today, unfortunately, today's going to be another one of those fiscal policy wonk podcasts that so many of you do not like, but it is very important. Economics 101, so important, because you see, the fact that we are economically illiterate in the darkest, deepest dungeon of a way is exactly why we are taken advantage of and sold a bill of goods from the left when they dress everything up in ponytails and puppy dog strings. Okay, this one's called You Pay. That's right, you pay. Now here's something that should be common sense. Let's see, common sense is dead. Dead. By the way, interesting side note. Tetracycline apparently is making like a big splash in the news headlines all across the media. And why? Because it's supposedly allowing men to not act so irrationally in the face of beautiful women. You might have heard this other places. I find this story to be absolutely fascinating because there's a lot of truth to that. Man stands before a beautiful woman and it's just drool and a mind that is soft as mush. But this tetracycline, or what, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, this supposedly fortifies you with reasonable thinking. But I thought, a lot of things, they go seeking for some solution, and voila, you find this huge cure for something else. Much can be said of antibiotics, and these different things were found accidentally. I think the same can be said of this tetracycline. You see, if we just gave this tetracycline to liberals, just give all these, blowhard college professors and MSc that this is not a good plan. I mean, it's like liberal kryptonite. Perfect. That's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about fiscal suicide, and we're talking about fiscal education, economics 101. So anyway, you pay. So, let's say, just to stick it to some business, evil business, there's nothing worse in the modern day than somebody out there providing somebody a goods and service. Nothing worse. I don't know why. That's just the way they've shaped the young modern minds to think. Now, forget the fact that you have products and iPhones and tablets and everything that can be imagined, awesome headphones, etc., all provided by, wait for it, you listening? Business! That's right, business. But still, you start talking to people about business profiteering. Evil capitalism with the fangs and the tearing the flesh from the poor. That's how we think of things, anybody 30 and younger. But let me tell you something. So, you stick it to somebody. In the case of Obamacare is a perfect example. Now all these people are getting cut to under 30 hours. Why? Because if you're over 30 hours, the government, the all-knowing, powerful Oz of the government says that you have to do A, B, C, D. But they don't account for, bottom lines, and I got to keep the doors open, I got to pay electric bills and stuff. And that's for other people, not liberals to think about. That's for people out there working for a living to think about. Liberals just get to emote and feel good about themselves, pat themselves on the back. But see, who ends up getting screwed, you see, when all these bright ideas come descending down from up high, our elitist government officials and their wise, wielding of legislation? You get stuck with it, even if it's, designed to screw business. Oh, you do. And I'll prove that you do. Let's say you make a project. Let's say you make a product, a thingamajig, or whatchamacallit, back to those. And let's say, you need to make, $10 on said product in order to keep the doors open and remain profitable. Because after all, this might need to be explained too. Profitability is why you're able to have a business. You don't just have a business so you have a building there and a shiny sign and people can come in and out and smile at you. You know, you actually have to make money, which means you have to produce a product at such a price and sell a product at a higher price. And then that evil thing called profit, that's how you pay employees, and that's how you grow your business, etc. I know the left told you that was evil, but that's actually what profit is. So anyway, that company, it's not like the government, it just can't print money. It can't eat all these weird regulations and these costs. It has to pass them on in order to maintain profit, in order to maintain an open door to their business. And so you, the consumer, the poor, the middle class, the left's looking out for you. That's why they're screwing business, you see. No, they're screwing you. Because whatever the company has to eat, they're passing on to you. And if they can't find a way to do that, they close down. And if they don't want to close down and they can't find a way to do it, they take their entire business and they leave the United States of America for somebody with fiscal sanity, say Chile, or, China, or some South, Pacific country, or India, or whatever. Somebody who still understands basic economics. So here's the point. Next time you hear somebody talking about screwing business, or sticking it to the grocery store, or raising gas prices to stick it to the oil companies, you're the one getting screwed. You're the one paying more money. I'll give you a real easy example. You know that guy, you go into the grocery store and he's just eating grapes? He's eating grapes at the grocery store, and you're like, oh, whatever. You know who's paying for that? You're paying for that. The next time you buy goods and services from that grocery store, they're not eating that theft, that in-store theft. They're passing it on to you. You see, you pay. You pay. Thank you for listening to Economics 101 here at the Atheist Antidote Show.
You are listening to the Atheist Antidote Show.